Starting woodworking with just $100 might sound impossible. It's the kind of thing people immediately dismiss because they imagine huge workshops, expensive power tools, and years of experience. But the truth is, you don't need any of that. Not at the beginning. Most people fail to get started not because they lack money or talent, but because they think they need everything up front. That mindset kills more dreams than any budget ever will. So let's set the record straight. You can build real things with basic tools, limited space, and a small budget. All it takes is the right strategy, a clear plan, and the willingness to take action with what you have right now. Here's how you do it. Start by shifting your focus away from complexity. You're not building a custom dining table for a millionaire client. You're building confidence, skill, and momentum. And that starts with simplicity. Just like you wouldn't run a marathon on day one. You don't need to build something massive to feel accomplished. You start small. You aim for wins. Wins that cost little, teach a lot, and give you something to actually hold in your hands. Now let's break down where that $100 goes. This isn't theory. This is the real setup that works for beginners who want results. You'll need a handful of essential tools. Think of them as your entry ticket into the world of woodworking. Nothing fancy, nothing overpriced. Just the basics. Grab a solid tape measure. You'll find one for around $5. That's your foundation. Everything you build starts with a good measurement. Miss by half an inch, and your whole piece might not fit together. Next, you'll want a decent handsaw, not a power saw, not yet. A basic crosscut handsaw runs about $15 and will do 90% of the cuts you need as a beginner. It's slow, sure, but it teaches precision. You'll thank yourself later when your cuts are clean. Add a hammer or a rubber mallet for another $10. Nails are cheap, and sometimes a few taps are all you need to join pieces. 4 screws. A manual screwdriver works, but if you find a basic cordless drill on sale, that's worth every penny. It'll speed things up and save your wrist. Clamps are next. You don't need a full set. 2 medium-sized clamps for around $10 are enough to hold your pieces while glue dries. And yes, would glue grab a bottle for about $5. It'll often be stronger than nails once it cures. Don't forget sandpaper or a sanding block. You'll need a smooth finish, and this is the cheapest way to get it. Budget about $5. Here, if you're keeping count, you're still under $100. And already you've got enough to measure, cut, join, and finish small woodworking projects. This isn't a workshop, it's a launch pad. And where do you get the wood? That's where the game really begins. Buying wood at full retail price will eat your budget alive. But there are smarter ways. Visit your local hardware store and ask. If they have scrap wood or offcuts, many of them will either sell it cheap or just give it away. Check Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. Search for free lumber or pallet wood. Construction sites often toss out perfectly usable wood. Just ask, most are happy to let it go, especially if you're respectful and not digging through things without permission. Even old furniture can be repurposed. That busted bookshelf on the curb, it might be your next project waiting to happen. Now that you've got tools and material, the next big question is, what do you build? Start with small wins. Projects that require few cuts and minimal joining. Things like a simple bookshelf, a planter box, or a wall-mounted shelf for your tools. These aren't just easy, they're useful. You'll see the result fast, which builds momentum. Let me give you an example. One beginner I worked with built a small phone stand using a single piece of pallet wood, a saw, and sandpaper. It took under an hour. He posted a picture online and ended up getting 5 requests from friends who wanted one too. That's how fast this can go from just a hobby to something people actually want to pay for. And here's the key. Repetition builds skill. Every time you measure, cut, and assemble something, no matter how small, you get better. Your hand becomes steadier, your eye sharper, you start to feel the wood. That kind of learning doesn't come from watching videos. It comes from doing. Speaking of videos, learning is easier now than it has ever been. YouTube is packed with tutorials for beginner woodworking. Some creators even post full step-by-step plans for free. Use them. Pause, rewind, try again. But if you want a shortcut, a single place to get thousands of step-by-step woodworking plans, sorted by difficulty, with diagrams, material lists, and instructions, then there's a link in the description you'll want to check out. Inside, you'll find a full collection of woodworking projects covering everything from beginner shelves to full-blown furniture builds. It's designed to guide you from your first cut all the way to high-level custom work without the confusion, wasted material, or frustration. Click that link if you're serious about building and don't want to waste time guessing now. Let's cover a few smart ways to stretch your dollars even more. First, buy used tools. You'd be surprised how many people buy tools and never use them. Check pawn shops, garage sales, or even local Facebook groups. You'll often find great quality gear for a fraction of the price. Second, build your own jigs. A jig is just a guide to help you make repeatable, accurate cuts or joints. and most of them can be made with scrap wood. You don't need fancy gadgets when you understand how things work. Third, avoid chasing upgrades too early. It's tempting to want a power saw or a new drill right away. But if your skills aren't there yet, those tools won't help. They'll only help you make faster mistakes. Finally, join a woodworking group, online or local. Surrounding yourself with others on the same journey accelerates your progress. You'll learn from their mistakes, get feedback on your projects, and maybe even trade tools or wood. Woodworking isn't just about building furniture. It's about building something with your own hands, something you can see, touch, and be proud of. It gives you control in a world that often feels chaotic. It slows things down, grounds you, and you don't need a fancy garage, a big bank account, or years of experience to start. You need the will to begin, the discipline to keep going, and the patience to learn from the wood itself. $100 isn't a limitation. It's an invitation to step away from passivity and into creativity, from watching to making, from stuck to starting. And if you're ready to take that first step and want a proven path to follow, click the link in the description. It might be the smartest woodworking decision you ever make. Whatever you build, start with belief, because when you believe you can build, you will.